Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we are back with some more news and updates, a couple of aircraft and some new scenery, as well as an app or two, so stick around guys and hopefully you'll find some useful information for you. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkill's tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future updates and future guides that will be coming down the road. Link to Patreon can be found in the description below. Okay, as always, guys, feel free to simply minimize this video and put me on in the background to soothe your ears, especially with my nice getting over a cold voice. I'm sure you guys are going to absolutely love it. Getting started here, we have CJ Simulations released the Eurofighter, the Typhoon specifically for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This has been a much anticipated aircraft for the fighter enthusiast community, if you will. It is definitely a very nice addition given many of the other aircraft that we have seen brought to Microsoft Flight Simulator. The Delta Wing certainly presents a very cool and very sleek looking aircraft. This Typhoon aircraft can be purchased on Just Flight for £24.99. Judging by the screenshots, she actually looks really, really good. I do have to admit that I was rather impressed with many of the screenshots that are a part of this aircraft. I truly like the afterburner effect. I think it's one of the better afterburner effects that we've seen in Microsoft Flight Simulator to date. The Typhoon is definitely no slug or slacker when it comes to aerial performance. It's an extremely high maneuverability and very, very effective and fast interceptor. She is a badass little aircraft, guys. So if this is the kind of aircraft that you're interested in, and it would certainly be a ton of fun if you want to try to do some Blue Angel style flying when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator, hook up with some of your buddies and check it out. This would definitely be a good one to do it with. So again, that is the Eurofighter for Microsoft Flight Simulator. A new live weather system is hitting Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's Enviro. Many of you may remember Enviro from the X-Plane 11 and 10 days. This is a very, very detailed and actually very, very well done live weather injector that has been brought over to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I personally use this application with X-Plane 11 for many, many years, prior to the launch of Microsoft Flight Simulator. One of the very cool things about Enviro is it gives you the ability to bring back historical weather, as well as adding quite a few more features with the overall weather system into the aircraft. Something such as cloud turbulence and cloud weathers impacting as you are flying through a cloud itself. The other cool thing is that you can actually set a lot of different time ratios on when you want the weather updated. You have a time limit, I believe it does state here, from 5 up to 60 minutes. Now it really is a very, very good program. It brings you everything from realistic temperatures, winds, direction, turbulence, gusts, and again, that historical weather. One of the things that some of you may find very, very advantageous with this particular program is, for example, flying into a hurricane. Many people were upset about the inability to be able to recreate those situations. Now, if Enviro meets the standards and the capabilities that it had in X-Plane 11, we shouldn't really have any problem recreating those kind of scenarios in Microsoft Flight Simulator using this particular software. Now, there are some pretty cool screenshots as far as comparing the difference, guys. Now, you can see here, I do recommend pulling this up if you guys haven't. It's nothing that I'm going to call dramatic. I know what they're trying to do here, but I don't know that I agree it's necessarily all that intense and changing. But you guys can sort of see what we have. Now, one of the things they do much better is they are showing the breaking of the clouds, the cloud layer. So that is definitely much more realistic compared to what we see. What I'm more interested in is the actual weather performance. Now, I do have this for Microsoft or for X-Plane 11, so we are going to be checking that out because one of the cool things that you do get is if you are buying it brand new for the first time, it is $42 from the Threshold store. However, previous purchasers of the Enviro software get a discount of $18. So that's an $18 off of 42. I will absolutely say I think they're sort of reaching for the sky here on the price. I don't remember the other one being that much, but it very easily could have been. But I think given the live weather that already exists in Microsoft Flight Simulator and some of the other weather options, I would be a little concerned about the price. 42 US dollars. I think that's a little bit on the high side. Again, given what is already in existence in Microsoft Flight Simulator and the customization options that we can create. So I would be very interested to see how well this works for them at that price. Orbix has announced Unalaska Airport. This is an airport just off the Aleutian Islands, which is obviously off the coast of Alaska. They have done an absolutely fabulous job with their screenshots showing not only the airport, but the entire surrounding area and landmarks for this particular location. Now, there is no release date as of yet, but I will say this is one of the better ones that I have seen, and it would be nice to see Alaska and that overall region come to life. That's sort of why I have avoided it, is there isn't a whole lot out there at the moment. But I think this is definitely something that's going to be a very welcome addition to the scenery packages available in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Alaska obviously offers some extremely beautiful locations, and then having a nice fly-in place like this, and you can see where the runway certainly brings your challenges. You don't want to miss your touchdown point. Coming in a little early would be very bad for your day. But there was another really good screenshot that I did want to show. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. There's another one there. I mean, just look at that approach line there. That's going to be rather terrifying. Like I said, you don't want to miss your approach lines. This will be a fun one. This will be a very nice one, a very nice addition to Microsoft Flight Simulator. This looks like a very challenging airport. I mean, like I said, on any direction, you come in too short, too high, it's going to be a bad day. Or not too high, but too short. The runway is only 4,500 feet long, so that really doesn't give you a whole lot of space. So again, that is Unalaska from Orbix. The Papa Alpha Delta Uniform is the ICAO code if you guys want to go there now. It's also known as Dutch Harbor, and this would be a very good time to go check it out now so you can get the comparison into the screenshots for what you saw here. This will definitely be one that I'm picking up. I definitely appreciate seeing some Alaska scenery coming in. Pilots have released the Lynchburg Regional Airport. Lynchburg is located in South Central Virginia. You can see some smaller commercial hops coming from American Eagle out of Charlotte, North Carolina over to Lynchburg Airport and obviously back. Simple little commuter aircraft, but a very, very well done and very beautiful scenery laid out here by the pilots team. This is another very gorgeous airport, and one of the things that's extremely unique about it is it only has a single jetway. That's right, just one jetway to facilitate the use of the American Eagle and, again, the smaller commercial aircraft. So that is very cool. The scenery is modernized and up to date with the most latest scenery information that's available. And will certainly enhance your Microsoft Flight Simulator flight experience if you are fancying a trip to South Central Virginia. Then we'd recommend picking this aircraft up or this airport up for $14.99, which can be found on the MSFS marketplace. Jumping across the ocean, we had Trieste International Airport in Italy. Bringing some more scenery for the Italian market over to Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is definitely a welcome, as that is an incredibly beautiful region of the world. The Trieste International Airport is a smaller of the international airports with only about 12 destinations, but some very, very well done on the modeling here for this particular airport. I find the screenshots to be very, very appealing and something that I would definitely be interested in taking a look at, right down to the scaffolding on what looks like their new tower. So very, very curious about this one. I'd be interested to see what the landmarks are around it. Obviously, it's not just restricted to the airport itself. If we scoot back over here, we should be able to see, you can pick this aircraft or airport up from flightsim.to for 1673 pounds, excluding VAT, of course. But let's see here. The MSF rendition includes a fully modeled representation of the terminal, surrounding buildings, high quality texturing, updated taxiways. There we go. Ground markings and landmarks included for quite a few different locations. So that is very awesome. I love when I see developers not restricting to just the airport, but the areas around it. I think they are just as crucial as the airport itself. to at least get the few first miles around it, I think makes a huge difference. If you guys are interested in DCS World, make sure that you guys check out the channel for some DCS content. We have quite a few playlists. If you guys are interested in jumping into it, there's quite a few tutorials and things like that. I am looking to bring DCS World back to the channel, so any support you guys can help me out with would be greatly appreciated. As always, my friends, stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in the next one. And I leave you with this bus that is parked somehow at Lucca Airport.